For 900 years, the galaxy lived without war. The Terran Union and the Galactic Empire had once destroyed whole star systems in battle. After that terrible war, both sides signed a peace treaty. No weapons during talks, no attacks on diplomats, no lies during negotiations. The treaty was sacred. General Mara Voss was the human chosen to renew it. She was not tall. She did not look dangerous. Her hair was gray, and her face showed many years of command. But every alien in the hall knew her name. She had ended 3 wars without firing a single shot. Now she walked alone into the Empire's capital palace. The hall was huge. Its ceiling looked like a moving sky. Golden lights floated in the air. Rows of alien guards stood along the walls. Too many guards. Mara noticed it at once. Her boots echoed softly on the white floor. Every step sounded too loud. The Empire ambassador waited near the center table. The peace treaty rested there, glowing blue. Mara stopped a few steps away. She felt something wrong. Her hand slowly moved toward the small translator on her belt. The ambassador smiled with sharp teeth. "Welcome, General Voss," he said. "We are honored." Mara nodded. "Let us finish this and keep peace for another 100 years." The ambassador raised one claw. And then a loud crack of energy filled the hall. A plasma shot hit Mara in the chest. She did not scream. She fell backward. The blue light of the treaty reflected in her eyes as she hit the floor. Blood spread across the white stone. The hall froze. Some guards raised weapons. Some stepped back in fear. The ambassador shouted, "It was an accident, a nervous guard." The human diplomats watching by live feed across the galaxy saw everything. Factories stopped, ships stopped moving, whole worlds went silent. Mara tried to speak. No sound came out. Her hand touched the treaty tablet. The glowing letters flickered and went dark. The treaty was broken. On Earth, the Terran Council stared at the screen. No one spoke. Then the fleet command system activated by itself. Old war codes woke from sleep. Hidden shipyards opened. Deep space docks unlocked weapons that had not been used for centuries. Across human space, lights turned red. On the Empire world, the ambassador stepped closer to Mara's body. "Remove her," he said quickly. "We will explain." A human voice cut through the hall's speakers. "This meeting is over." The Empire guards turned. The human fleet symbol appeared in the air above the table. "We came for peace," the voice said. "You answered with murder." The Empire tried to send messages, excuses, apologies, but humans sent only one reply, a short message to every world in the galaxy. "The peace treaty has ended. We will remember who broke it." In space, human warships began to move, slowly, silently, together, and the galaxy understood too late. The shot that killed one woman had just awakened a war that slept for 900 years. The Galactic Empire moved quickly after the shot. Within 1 hour, they sent a message to every major system. "It was a mistake," the message said. "A guard panicked. The general stepped forward too fast." The Empire showed a video of the guard being taken away. They said he would be punished. They offered money. They offered rare metals. They offered trade rights. They did not offer truth. On Earth, the Terran Council met in silence. Mara Voss's empty chair stood at the center of the room. No one sat in it. Admiral Ren Halt spoke first. "They killed her during peace talks," he said. That is not an accident. That is a message. Some council members wanted to wait. They feared war after so many centuries of peace. But others remembered the old stories. They remembered burned cities. They remembered lost worlds. And they remembered Mara's last lesson. Peace only lives when both sides respect it. The Empire refused to send the shooter for trial. He acted alone, they said. He feared an attack. But the humans studied the video. The guard did not shake. His weapon was already aimed. He had been waiting. The humans sent their own message. We demand the one who fired the shot. We demand the truth. The Empire delayed. They talked of rules, of borders, of misunderstandings. While they talked, human factories changed their work. Trade ships became carrier ships. Mining lasers became weapon tools. Civilian pilots joined reserve fleets. Old commanders returned from retirement. Old war books were opened. Plans written 900 years ago were read again. The Empire believed humans were weak now. They believed peace had made them slow. The Empire sent warships to the border, not to attack, just to show power. Human ships did not move toward them. They moved around them, quietly. Empire patrols vanished in deep space. Supply ships stopped arriving. Communication stations went dark. The Empire asked their allies for help. Some refused. They had seen the video. They had seen the woman fall. They whispered one question. If they did this to a human general, what will they do to us? Inside Empire space, fear began to spread. Merchants closed shops. Worlds increased shields. The Emperor demanded answers. Where are the human fleets? No one knew. Human ships did not fly in lines. They flew in shadows. They did not attack cities. They did not burn worlds. They waited. In the Terran Council chamber, Admiral Holt watched the stars on a screen. They want us to rush, he said. They want us angry. The council leader nodded. We will not give them that. Then what do we give them? A general asked. Holt answered slowly. We give them memory. The first real attack came without warning, not at the border, not at a fleet, but at a deep space relay station, one that fed power to 3 Empire bases. The station went silent. Then the bases went dark. And for the first time in 900 years, the Galactic Empire felt afraid. The Empire sent a battle fleet to protect the dark bases. 50 heavy ships formed a line in space. Their weapons glowed with power. Their commanders believed humans would come directly. They were wrong. Human ships did not arrive in one group. They came in small wings, fast, silent. They did not aim at weapons. They did not aim at bridges. They aimed at engines. The first Empire ship lost power and drifted. Then another. Then 3 more. Empire gunners fired into empty space. They could not see their enemy. Human ships moved like shadows. They hit sensor arrays. They hit fuel lines. They hit control cores. Empire ships turned blind. The fleet commander shouted orders. Lock targets, fire at will. But there were no targets. Then a human strike craft flew straight past the flagship. It dropped one small device. The device opened like a metal flower. A wave of light spread out. Every Empire ship lost communication at once. Panic filled their channels. Some ships fired by mistake. Some crashed into each other. Some shut down systems to avoid damage. The humans did not stay. They left the fleet broken but alive. The message was clear. We can reach you anytime. News spread fast.
Empire citizens saw the battle footage. They had never seen Empire ships fail. They had been told humans were weak. Now they saw their strongest fleet fall without a real fight. The Emperor demanded revenge. He ordered an attack on a human border world. The Empire fleet jumped into the system. They found nothing. The planet was empty. The cities were dark. Only one message played on every screen. This world is protected by General Voss. The fleet commander felt cold fear. The Empire fired anyway. They destroyed empty buildings. They burned empty streets. The attack meant nothing, but humans saw it. They marked the fleet's path. They followed it home. At an Empire shipyard, workers were loading new warships. Human drones slipped inside. They did not explode. They recorded. They sent images of every ship, every dock, every weapon. Then they left. 2 days later, the shipyard lost power. A chain of explosions tore through the docks. No workers died, only ships. The Empire realized too late. Humans were not trying to win fast. They were trying to teach. They attacked only what could fight. They avoided what could not. Empire allies began to pull away. Trade routes closed. Support fleets returned home. Humans fight with rules, one alien leader said. We fight with fear. Inside the Empire, protests started. Why did we kill the peace general? What did we gain? The Emperor silenced them. He declared humans monsters. He promised total war. But his generals whispered a different truth. We cannot see them. We cannot catch them. And they do not miss. In deep space, a human fleet gathered. Thousands of ships waited in darkness. The commander looked at the star map. The first lesson is done, he said. Now they will learn the second. And far away on the Empire capital world, the same hall where Mara Voss had fallen, the lights flickered, as if the universe itself remembered her death.
The Galactic Empire tried to understand their enemy. They had always believed humans were simple, strong bodies, short lives, quick anger. They did not expect patience. They did not expect control. The Empire Intelligence Council began to study General Mara Voss. They searched her past. They watched old battle records. They listened to her speeches. What they found frightened them more than the human fleets. Mara Voss had never enjoyed war. In her first command, she had refused to destroy an enemy city. Instead, she cut off its power and water. The enemy surrendered in 2 days. In another war, she had trapped a fleet without firing a shot. She waited until their fuel ran out. Then she offered them safe return home. She had always believed the same thing. Fear makes enemies. Respect makes peace. The Empire had killed that belief. Now they faced its shadow. Human attacks continued, but they changed. They were slower, more careful. Each strike had meaning. A weapons factory was shut down. A fuel world lost power. A command station went silent. No cities burned. No civilian ships were touched. The Empire commanders could not understand it. Why do they hold back? One general asked. Because they choose to, another replied. Human fleets sent a message to the Empire Senate. We are not here for your people. We are here for your decision. Empire leaders argued. Some wanted full war. Some wanted peace again. But pride was louder than fear. They refused to apologize. They refused to give up the shooter. They refused to admit guilt. Inside the Empire, other races watched closely.
They had trusted the Empire to protect peace. Now they saw broken supply lines, broken fleets, broken words. One by one, systems began to leave. "We will not fight humans for your mistake," they said. The Empire grew smaller each week. On a human warship, Admiral Reinhold stood before a statue. It was not finished yet. It showed a woman in simple uniform. No crown, no weapon, just her standing still. The crew walked past it in silence. "She would hate this," a young officer said. Holt nodded. She would hate war, but she would hate lies more. Human fleets prepared for the final phase. Not an invasion, not destruction, exposure. They hacked Empire data nets. They released old recordings. They showed the guard being ordered to aim. They showed officers approving the plan. They showed the Emperor's seal. The galaxy watched. The Empire's lie collapsed in one day. Protests filled capital streets. Alien worlds cut all ties. Even Empire soldiers began to question orders. The Emperor sent a final message to humanity. "You will destroy the galaxy with this war." Human command answered, "We did not start this. We will end it." The path to the Empire capital opened, not through fire, but through truth. Human fleets began moving inward, not in secret anymore, not in fear. They moved in open space, slow, unstoppable. The Empire tried to raise shields around their home world, but half their systems refused to send power. The palace hall where Maravas died was repaired. The blood was cleaned. The treaty table was rebuilt. But the stain of that moment remained. Every guard in the hall remembered. This was where peace fell, and soon this would be where judgment arrived.
Human fleets reached the Empire's capital system at dawn cycle. Thousands of ships appeared from jump space at once. They did not fire. They did not spread out. They formed a single wide line above the planet. Empire defense stations powered up. Planet shields rose like a silver skin around the world. The Emperor ordered full alert. "Do not let them land," he said. "This world will not fall." But human ships did not attack the shields. They sent one signal. It went to every screen on the planet. It showed the moment General Maravas was shot. Then it showed the order given to the guard. Then the Emperor's approval seal. Citizens gathered in streets and homes. They watched in silence. The truth could not be hidden anymore. Empire soldiers began to lower weapons. Some defense stations shut down, not by force, by choice. Human command sent another message. "We are not here to burn your world. We are here to end the lie." Transport ships moved toward the capital city. Empire cannons tracked them. No one fired. The first human troops landed in the same square where peace parades once walked. They wore simple armor, no banners, no victory signs. They moved toward the palace. Inside the palace, the Emperor argued with his generals. "Destroy them before they reach the hall." But his generals did not move. One stepped forward. "You killed peace," the general said. "You told us it was an accident." The Emperor shouted, "I did what was needed." The general replied quietly, "You did what was feared." The palace doors opened. Human soldiers entered. They did not shoot. They walked. Empire guards stepped aside. No one wanted to die for a lie. The humans reached the great hall, the same hall where Mara had fallen. The treaty table still stood there. The human commander stopped beside it. He placed a small human flag on the surface. Then he spoke. "This place is not a battlefield. It is a courtroom." The Emperor was brought in. He looked small without his throne. "You will destroy everything," he said.
The human commander shook his head. "No, you already did." The Emperor was shown the recordings again. He turned away. "You think you are better than us?" he asked. "We think we are responsible," the commander answered. "You broke peace. We answered. Now it ends." The Emperor was removed from power. The Empire government was dissolved, not with fire, not with bombs, with orders signed by their own leaders. Outside, citizens watched the palace screens. They saw their ruler taken away. No cheering, no anger, only relief. Human fleets remained in orbit, not as conquerors, as guards. For the first time in 900 years, the Empire capital world was quiet. The palace hall was closed for one day. When it opened again, the treaty table was gone. In its place stood a blank stone platform, waiting for a new future. And the galaxy understood. The Empire had not fallen in battle. It had fallen in truth.
The war did not end with a battle. It ended with a meeting. Representatives from many races came to the Empire capital. Humans, former Empire worlds, neutral systems. They met in a new hall, not the old one. The old hall was left empty. No banners, no guards, no throne. Only a single statue stood there now. It showed General Mara Voss as she had been on the day she died. Simple uniform, hands at her sides, eyes forward. Below it were carved words. She came for peace. She was answered with fire. The new council was formed from many species. No emperor, no single ruler. Laws were written together. The first law was simple. No weapon may be raised during peace talks. The second law was harder. If peace is broken, all worlds may act. Humans signed first. They did not celebrate. They did not claim victory. They only asked for one thing: truth. The Empire's old leaders were judged by the Council, not in secret, not in revenge. They were shown the recording of the shot. They were shown the order. They were shown the lie. Some were removed from power. Some were sent into exile. Some were locked away. The galaxy watched and learned. On Earth, the Terran Council reopened Mara Voss's office. They did not change it. Her chair remained empty. Her last message was shared with every human world. Peace is not weakness, it is a promise, and promises must be defended. Human fleets returned home slowly. They did not leave weapons behind. They left observers. They left teachers. They helped rebuild trade routes. They helped restart broken stations. Some alien worlds were afraid of humans now, but others trusted them more than before. They had seen humans choose limits. They had seen humans stop. Years passed. The story of the shot became legend. Children learned it in school, not as a war story, but as a warning. Never break peace in pride. Never think a small act is safe. In the capital world, visitors stood before the statue. They spoke softly. "This is where the war began." "No," others replied. "This is where it ended." One day, a young alien asked a human guide, "Why did you not destroy us?" The guide answered simply, "Because she would not want that." The galaxy entered a new age, not of perfect peace, but of careful peace. War was no longer glorious, lies were no longer hidden, and when new treaties were signed, every hall had one empty space, a space for memory, a space for the woman who walked alone into danger so others could live without fear. And across the stars, one truth remained.
Do not raise a weapon at a peace table, especially when a human is standing there.